You don't know who you messing with. You don't know who you messing with. You don't know. You don't. I run you up and down the Serengeti. Heads ain't ready. I chew you up and spit you out like chicken confetti. My rhymes are heavy like elephants, stomping your regiments, dismembering all your limbs, ripping your ligaments. I break you down to an atom, change your chemical structure, roots and culture. You don't wanna fuck with this brother. I'm like a time bomb over a fresh can of whips. Stylus plexiglass got you face down in the grass, ready to blast. Sticky for your jewels and your cash. Call me Robin Hood. Take the loot back to the hood. I wish you would try to retaliate. I wait like a sniper, beat you like Street Fighter, heat you up like a lighter. Don't need no Ghost Rider. Original skill, killing at will. Terminates career like the pill. This is real, not no fiction. Came up for my jurisdiction. I'm liver than you, whether freestyle or written, hitting hard like a hammer, like a natural disaster, like a hurricane. Plain and simple, bringing the pain. Won the battle. What? I'm ready to do this. Beat your ass like Lennox Lewis. Play you out like Barker.
All right, Big Al, here we go. Once again, we are back. We are back. YouTube let us back on. Listen, we got some haters in the house. I don't know who you are. I apologize for whatever we may have done to you. There's no reason to try to strike the channel. It's okay. It's okay. You know, apparently we get to 1,000, then people start striking us. What is that about? Man, now they want to take a look at us. But we're back. YouTube has let us back on. We won the little fight that we had. We're going to talk Commanders. And we're going to get right into it because we missed last week, the first week of the season, which you never do as a fan. I mean, we watched it, but we didn't get to talk to it with y'all, so we're here to talk to it with y'all. And right now, we are one less dude on the screen because, hey, listen, you give an OG an inch, boy, you're going to take a mile.
He's missing an action.
Now, baby. So he gonna catch up with us this Saturday. We're gonna do a live Saturday. We hope y'all come on and interact with us because we got some stuff to talk about. We're gonna talk about the game. We're gonna talk about, some stuff that we're talking about tonight as far as how can we get better and all that stuff. But we want to hear from you guys. But first of all, we're gonna talk about the Washington Commanders against the who we play. I forgot who we played. I don't even
play Tampa Bay. We're about to play Giants next.
What do you think happened? I mean, honestly, I think it's just rust. I think we didn't play together in the preseason, man. We didn't get to bounce off each other any kind. So when you don't play together, and this is a brand new team, man. Everybody's brand new on this team. So we got rid of a lot of Commanders from last year. So this whole team is pretty much brand new. So what do you think can be done better other than having more snaps together?
They made a lot of mistakes. Jayden, we expect him being a rookie. We expect him to make most of the mistakes, and actually, he was one of the better players, maybe been the best player on our team.
Side note, Jayden Daniels had the rookie player of the week or the player of the week.
Rookie of the week.
Yeah, rookie of the week. So that's good. He had 88 rushing yards along with, I think he had 72% passing. So he was better than any other starting rookie quarterback.
Plus he had 2 touchdowns. He was, leading touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the coaching staff was rusty. I think the players were definitely out of sync. It was 100 degrees out there too, and it was very hot and humid. I think that played a part of some of the issues that we were struggling with, and the fact that the lack of tackling in practice, like they can't tackle no more in practice. We did not play our starters, no preseason game for the most part on defense.
No,
we didn't play, and most of our offensive line had just the first time they played together, and we were mixing and matching offensive linemen. Our left tackle Coleman played about 15 to 17 snaps, and then we had the backup playing another 15 to 17. They kind of mixed and matched in different areas of the line. And so it was just a work in progress right now. And Tampa Bay was a team that was playoff team, a team that had continuity. They knew what they wanted to do, and they had a good idea where we were weak at. They knew our secondary was weak, especially our cornerbacks, and they knew our offensive line wasn't the best, and they attacked those areas. You know what I'm saying?
That was a playoff team last year, Big Al. That was a playoff team. They brought pretty much everybody back. The main thing they brought back was the quarterback. And for some reason, we couldn't tackle this guy in the pocket. We were getting good pressure up the middle, but somehow this dude would squirm out and hurt us. And it's usually on third down. So I am encouraged by the amount of times that we almost tackled him. No. We almost tackled him, but I was encouraged because of the pressure that we was actually putting on him. Payne was getting getting deep in the backfield. Allen was getting deep in the backfield. Jamin Davis came off the end and had some success. We had success putting pressure on him. We just hadn't had the time to play together to be able to close those lanes off. And I think that's where more snaps together this week will help that. Because, Daniel Jones loves to run 80, 90 yards on us every time he see burgundy and gold. So we're going to wear all black.
Hey, we got to wear all black. I agree with that.
Yeah, it's just for some reason Daniel Jones has his career against us, and I would say that's under the Ron Rivera regime. But until we knock that stink off our back, man, you have to assume that this guy is going to play his best, and it's not like our corners are playing their best, or we have the best corners. So he's going to have some opportunity. We're just going to have to blitz. We're going to have to get some pressure on him. We're going to have to get him off his spot, make him dirty. And if we can do that, man, I think we'll have a good week of a game this week. But, whatever. I don't call the games. I didn't particularly like the game plan that Kingsbury had. He still threw the ball a lot. Now we got behind, and sometimes when you get behind, you have to throw the ball. But you can't abandon the run. And I think he didn't use Eckler enough. I don't think he used Robinson enough. I just think that he's rusty as well. This dude hadn't called a game since he was in Phoenix. Since he was in Arizona. So he's rusty as well. So everybody is trying to get up and running for this year. And I think it's going to take us, man, about 6 to 8 games to really get our footing down, figure out who we are, figure out what we can and can't do. I mean, what do you think about Emmanuel Forbes now with the finger? He's not going to be playing for the next 4 weeks, looks like.
Yeah, I think Emmanuel Forbes is not going to play. And obviously, he was one of our best cornerbacks. That's not saying a lot. That's not saying a lot, but he was one of our best cornerbacks, and we had to fill in for his position. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, the dude that takes his spot, whoever that is Davis. I'm assuming it's going to be Davis. Got to play his butt off because in practice, Forbes was the top 2 cornerback. So we hope this guy got to play better than practice. Davis got to play better than practice because Forbes didn't, played fairly decent when you look at the All-22, but when he made mistakes, he made mistakes, and they were big mistakes. So unfortunately, our DBs, especially our cornerbacks, I think the Giants and all teams until we stop them, we're going to try to take advantage of them. So This is the copycat league. Everything that Tampa Bay did, don't be surprised if the Giants don't do a version of that. Mm-hmm. Everything that Tampa, offensively and defensively, this is a copycat league. And we gave up 37 points, and I think we only scored 22 points or 20 points or whatever. So I think that the Giants is going to put Tampa Bay's game plan into their. We're going to see all of that again. So we got to find a way to make the correction from a coaching staff and from a players. They have to self-correct. Where I saw Joe Witt and our offensive coordinator talked today, and they talked about this new thing that they do. Quinn likes to do is tell the truth Mondays, where the coaching staff tells the truth to the players, and the players, basically humble themselves and tell some of the issues that they struggle with during the game, and then they move on. They talk about it. This is what we got to prove in. We got to, we all know the tackling was terrible. Mm-hmm. We all know that they played the wrong leverage. They had the leverage wrong. Everybody, everybody was on cue with each other with the type of leverage they wanted to play. And we know Witt didn't call a great game. We know that the offensive coordinator called himself simplifying it for Jaden Daniels, simplified it too much. He basically called the same plays that he called in preseason. So, of course, they had that book. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They saw it in preseason. He didn't do anything different that he didn't do in preseason. And we all thought, because Tampa Bay did it, Tampa Bay didn't call none of the plays that they called in preseason. And during the preseason, Tampa Bay was playing outside zone. During the game that we just played against them, they were running trap plays, a totally different run offense. You know what I'm saying? They were running wham and trap. You know, they were doing outside zone in preseason, and they ran a total. So the defensive line, I heard Payne and them talking this week, and they said, you know, they ran a totally different run concept against us that we weren't prepared for.
Which they're supposed to do.
That's what they're supposed to do. That's what a good offensive coordinator do. And unfortunately, I heard our offensive coordinator say, because the Daniel was a rookie, he wanted to make it real simple for him. And maybe he made it too simple. He admitted he made it a little too simple.
Yeah, even with it being so simple, Daniel still made some good plays.
He did.
He was pressured. He got out of pressure. Obviously he can run. And he showed that he can even at this level. Yep. He still got the speed and he's quick, so he can get out of the pocket when it's a bad rush.
Right.
But you know, the last week was kind of a week of missed opportunities, because we had some opportunities to make some plays, along with the kicker, you know, doing his greatest, missing 2 field goals.
I don't even think he got on the plane after the game. They think they cut him right after the game, didn't they?
He should have been cut right after the game if he wasn't. But we have a new guy in there now. Who knows what he's going to do? But with that said, though, and you were talking about this being a copycat league, it would be horrible if we didn't copy what we just saw the Giants get beat off of. I want to see some of them plays, because they didn't look good either. We know Daniel Jones come in here and be hot, but they didn't look good. So he didn't do well against the press. You know, when they was blitzing him, he wasn't doing well. He wasn't, you know, throwing Danny dimes. As a matter of fact, they showed something on TV where the fans were waiting like 2 hours after, when he came out of the locker room going to his car. Everybody was screaming, "Danny Pennies! Danny Pennies!" Because he's not performing up to his standard. You know, he's not performing to the standard of what they're paying him.
Right.
So he probably won't be starting next year anywhere. He probably be back up next year. Just like, he got to get himself together. You know, it's something about them ghosts that he's seeing.
Well, Deacon, he's made his money off of the Commanders. You just said it a few minutes ago that he made his money off. So I'm sure from a confidence level, which NFL players, all athletes, everybody needs confidence. And he is very confident in, what's that new stadium name? Northwest?
Northwest, yeah.
Yeah, Northwest Stadium, whatever it's called now. He's very confident in our stadium. And the way I understand it, there's going to be a large contingent of New York fans down, because we're struggling to get our fans to the game.
Right.
So he's going to have some support in our stadium, and he's very confident. So we got to shut that down. Payne and Allen and our defensive staff is going to have to watch that Minnesota tape, watch what Minnesota did, give it to him, and prove the fact can the Giants make the adjustment. Both teams have counted this game as a win. You better believe Giants just count this game as a win.
This is their get-right game. This is their
get-right game. Yeah. And to be honest with you, when we looked at the schedule, we counted this game as a win. You know what I'm saying?
If we didn't have all that PTSD from the last 4 years of him beating us, he's 5-1 against. We probably would be counting this really as just another week of practice going through the Giants. But we can't even look at it that way, because they're so sorry we're the only team that they can beat. And that's disrespectful. So horrible, Big Al. So horrible. But you're right. He comes to FedEx Field, man, and he lights it up. He just lights up like a light. He's just a superstar. Then the next 5 games, he ain't worth a crap.
Right.
And we sitting back like, what the hell? What the hell?
We had to. I hope our defensive staff realized that we gave up 37 points last week. I don't care how good Tampa Bay is. It's still, that's a lot of points for a professional team to give up. You know,
it is.
You know, and Baker Mayfield is a good veteran quarterback. I don't think he's no Patrick Mahomes, no Brady. He does not. He's good, but he's not at their level. We made him look really, really good.
Yeah,
so we got to realize where we at. We got to work hard. It's a work in progress. We do have a talent deficit. That's admitted.
Yeah.
You look at the all 22. we got some areas where we weak at. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, we're gonna have to coach them up. And I'm looking forward to the game. I love football, so I'm looking forward to the game. Definitely hoping that Forbes can heal, because I still got hope for the young brother. I know why he's healing. I hope he eats spaghetti and bread and some meatballs. You know what I'm saying? So he can put a little weight on him, but keep his speed. You know what I'm saying? And I got hope. We need him. He's a number one pick. Last year's number one pick. We need him to come back and be that shutdown corner.
Yeah, we do. Because we lost against Danny DeVito. It doesn't even matter which quarterback they put in the Giants, man. Come in and they just smack us around. But let's let this go. We're not going to be doing that this week, man. We're going to talk about the good stuff. The good stuff that we got going on. Daniels looks like he's going to round into a franchise quarterback. I think they should get Center on the field a little bit more, because he's the more athletic of the tight ends right now. And if we're going to go through this season without bumps and bruises, man, we need to get him his too. We don't need him to be fresh next year. We need him to get his bumps and bruises this year.
Right.
We need to make sure that we figure out whether Coleman can play more than 20 snaps. Can he play the whole game? And can we move Lucas over to the right?
And I might have to do that. Yep.
Because Wiley's doing what he did last year, and he's not doing well. The interior needs to get stronger. I think they will with more time together. The whole line is different almost. Cosby did his thing. He was playing his game. The defensive line looks good. I think we're getting good enough pressure. If we had decent cornerbacks, we would better bounce that off each other and have a good game. What do you think about Bobby Wagner? He just looks stiff to me, but you look at the stats. He made like 10 tackles, a couple of them behind the line of scrimmage. So I don't know whether. I
mean, he doesn't look like the All-Pro Bobby Wagner, but he was serviceable. He made a lot of tackles, but he missed some tackles that he normally makes. Like I said, he is an older guy. It was 100 degrees out there. In the field, it was 110 degrees to 105 degrees out there.
Yeah.
So I would like to see us have a rotation in there a little bit, whether that move Davis back to play some linebacker for a couple of plays, or put Luvu back at the middle linebacker for a little bit, or have some of the other guys come in. Why not? If we're going to lose 37 to
mix it up.
Mix it up. I thought Bobby played this a little too much for his age range, but I think he's serviceable. I think he could play better. But he's an older cat, so I wasn't expecting him to be dominant. I was a little more disappointed with Luvu and Chin than I was Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, Chin was a little disappointing. He showed up a little late on a couple of plays. But like I said, brand new defense for him as well. It's a new season. So let's give him a couple games to get into the rhythm of what this defense is asking. We could have had an early interception, but St. Juice can't catch. We all know that. He's good at knocking the ball down. He can't catch, so that's not going to work. Maybe when Davis comes in this week, it looks different only because Davis is technically a backup. And, when you're a backup, you want to follow what the coach is telling you. So you get less freedom to do freelance. You know what I'm saying? You're all about the what the coach told you to do. You go out and do that so you don't get cut. You know what I mean? So maybe that will help him play a little better, where he's only doing what the coaches are asking him to do and nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
I want him to play fast. That's why I like to see Dave. When Davis plays his best, when he plays fast, he's direct. I want him to simplify.
We're talking about the corner, right?
Yeah, the corner. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the other Davis, but both of them. Yeah. I want both of them to play fast, though. Seriously, I want them to play. When defense is meant to play, hey, look, we running this D, everybody's playing this leverage, and we playing fast, and we going to hit. The reason why I thought they took out Forbes is Forbes sometimes when he makes a mistake, he stops trying to, support the run.
He has bad confidence.
He gets confidence. He stops. So, but understand he had an injury. That's why they pulled him out. But I want to see Davis be able to play fast, competent, know his zones, communicate. So important in the secondary. I hate to hear that the coach said the communication level went down during the game. It's not like it was in practice. I don't know what happened. For some reason, the guys wasn't talking in the game. There was some confusion happening. You need more communication in the game. And Tampa Bay took advantage of it. Their veteran wide receivers took advantage of it. But, saying all that, every team has a good running wide receivers. The Giants actually have some decent running backs. Decent wide receivers. They got a rookie and another one that's pretty decent.
Yeah, Neighbors. They got Neighbors. That's James Bowen. So
yeah, Neighbors is like that. He played good against Minnesota. It's just his quarterback wasn't the best. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
We can help
and I don't want to make Jones, Superman again. We're going to take that Donnie Dime Superman cape off of this week. I think we can do it.
Yeah, I think
we can do it. I think that our defensive staff should know the Giants team pretty well. The Giants they changed some, but not that much. They don't have Barkley anymore. It should be simplified without Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Keep Davis in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? And make him beat you from the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Well, saying all of that though, Deacon, I want to ask one question to you before we wrap this up. You can't get all of your players in 1 year,
Right.
Do you think Peters made a mistake by not getting a veteran cornerback to help shore up the secondary?
What? Oh, you mean like on the market? Yeah.
Yeah, on the market. There were some guys out there.
We got some money left, so we still can go get a veteran cornerback, which probably we should. If he's gonna put Forbes on IR, then we have a spot for a veteran cornerback to come in and play a position. You know what I mean?
There's nobody out there now, though.
There's nobody out there. You're right, but I'm
talking in the spring of the year.
It all depends. I know, but it all really depends on what the plan is. We don't know what the actual plan is. We know we're rebuilding. They call it a retooling or whatever, but we rebuild. So we got a number one cornerback that we drafted. Got to see what he got. We got a tall, lanky, sort of, good half lockdown corner in St. Juice. We got to see what he can do in a different defense. You know what I'm saying? We brought in Davis. That's a veteran cornerback. He's not the best, but he fills a spot, fills a role. And it's just that we kept a lot of safeties. You know what I'm saying? That can play corner as well. So I just think they were looking forward as opposed to looking at this year. They were trying to figure out that we got these guys already. Let's play them and see what we got, because the contracts are coming up and all that stuff. So we might have to get rid of some of these corners as well and start getting corners in the next draft and on the market next year. So if we were just thinking this year is kind of a test, see, we're trying to win, but we're not basing our whole 5-year plan off of winning this year. I can see them not going out and get a corner because, like I said, the corners that were out there weren't great. They weren't like can't miss. I guess you had the dude from Dallas, but he's not doing anything right now where he is. So I would say I wanted the corner, but I'm not going to cry about we didn't get a corner, only because I think their plan is deeper than just what we're seeing on the field week by week.
I guess just to follow that up, though, Deacon, I personally feel that, with this glaring weakness that we have, it's going to make it difficult to win over 4 to 5 games. This is going to make it really. We got some teams coming up in the future that got 3 or 4 quality, almost all-star team, wide receivers. We got all world wide receivers coming up with, the T. Higgins of the world, and we got all these guys with these multiple good wide receivers with really subpower secondary. That's going to limit us to what we can keep, and then we got a young quarterback that we're trying to slowly develop. That's what the offensive coordinator said. He didn't want to open up the playbook too much because he's trying to slowly develop into the NFL speed. You know what I'm saying? So it puts us in a situation where, unfortunately, as a fan,
Mhm.
it's gonna make another tough season.
It's going to, yeah, probably, but let's look at it this way. Maybe it's going to be an exciting season. Maybe the whole point of this
You like 42 to 42, huh?
I understand. Maybe this year is just going to be about scoring. It's going to be about scoring and trying to slow people down. Scoring, because even though last week, we only had Terry and they was double teaming them and they was letting everybody else run free because they were self-checking themselves. This week, Noah Brown is probably supposed to be starting. He's supposed to be playing this week. He's more fast. He's faster. He's more sudden in his route running. What we had out there, those guys weren't route tree running. They fast, but they're not polished route runners. Noah Brown is more of a polished route runner. He's not as fast as those guys, but when he was playing with the 49ers, the dude was getting open. Let's just be honest. He was getting open. He was part of, not the 49ers. He's playing with the Tennessee, right? Or Texans? Which one?
The Texans and Dallas.
Houston, yeah. So he was getting open. You can see it if you listen. I implore everybody to go look at the highlight tape. Of course, they highlight, so they're gonna show his best work. But if you look at the patterns he's running, he's obviously knows how to run the route tree, and that's what happens when you come out in the 7th round. You got to know everything. You got to know how to run that route tree, or you're not gonna make the team. So coming in from the 7th round and making the team, and actually being a difference maker in a couple games last year, I think he's going to help Jaden. And he's going to help Terry on the other side. So I think it's going to be a scoring fest. Jaden's going to be running. He's going. If Cliff Kingsbury figure out what this guy can do best, we're going to be all right this year. I'm not saying we're going to the playoffs or anything. I'm just saying that we're going to be okay. We're going to see progress. We're going to see what we've been looking for the last 4 years, which is a fighting team, a team that fights to the end. Anyway, listen, that's a little preview. We're going to be on Saturday morning live. We want y'all to come on. We're going to put the link in the chat. People come on all the time, so we kind of enjoy that. Say your goods, your bads. It really doesn't matter. We don't hold back on Saturday morning. Big Trey Z going to be here Saturday morning, we hope. If I can find him. So Biggie Steve's going to be here. Probably some other people. Garage Gym Life. He loves to come on Saturday morning. So come on with us. We're going to put this out. We're going to make sure that everybody is a part of what we got going on, man. So we love y'all, and we're going to be out.